20 years, two strokes, two marathons, two Guinness World Record attempts. And here we are. Today is Thankful Thursday. It's also Throwback Thursday with Fiancé Files with the one and only Sekou Writes and Fee King. Join us today. Check in, chat with us. We're talking about all things love, relationships, friendships, challenges, how we navigate our relationship. Let's go.
Hey. Let me pull on some more people. There's Fee. And here's Mama Janet.
Mama Janet!
Everybody's in the building. So let me just do the intro. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much to New Thought Media Network for allowing us this space and this opportunity to grow. And now it's time for Fiancé Files. And this new feature that Fee King pulled out was to interview my stepmom, Mama Janet. Yay! So I'll let you go, Fee.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Mama Janet. How you feeling?
I'm feeling well. How about you?
I'm wonderful. You look beautiful.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So let's just jump right into this. Mama Janet.
Jump right in.
I got the opportunity to stream my show live from your office. And I said, you know what? I'm going to hold this image on the screen of my mind. I'm going to manifest an office like this because it felt like home. It was comfortable, cozy. And I felt like this is a good representation of a live show, the background. And then, because I'm a little curious, I just got to looking around and I saw some things that I didn't know about you. And one of those things is, Mama Janet.
Let me do the drum roll.
Drum roll. Give us a drum roll, Sekou.
Where's the drum roll?
Can you do it?
Hold on, let me find it. Here we go. Oh shoot, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Here we go.
Okay.
We're gonna do, let me get my situation ready this time. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're gonna do drum roll. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Yay.
I love it. She said, yay. And so, Mama Janet, I was saying I got the opportunity to stream my show live from your office, and I love your office. It felt comfortable, cozy. I felt like I could be productive and be in there all day. And then I got a little nosy, got a little curious, and I started looking around, and I saw something, and it blew my mind. I was like, Sekou, you are in the midst of genius. You have grown up with such a legacy of intelligent, wise, successful parents. And so, Mama Janet,
before you move on, you remember, like I've had amnesia, and so I think you've got me up on another camera or something. I think, is that right?
Say that again.
Fee King, you got me up on another camera? Another camera somewhere?
No.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, so I'm hearing echo. I'm gonna turn myself off. I'm gonna let you go.
No. I'll just unplug the speaker. I'll unplug the speaker in 1 second.
So anyway, I was saying, Mama Janet, that like she asked me, "Is that your Mama Janet?" I was like, "What?" Because I've forgotten so much because of the amnesia. And I was like, that is Mama Janet. So I just had to throw that in there.
We were shocked. I was like, Mama Janet was recognized by Ebony as 100 of the best and brightest Black women in corporate America. What?
Yeah.
Mama Janet. Like, I was blown away. So let's talk about this. When did this happen? And what was your experience like? When and what was your experience like?
Well, it happened. It's been a long time, at least maybe 40 years or so. So I don't even think about that period of time. I did work in telecommunications. At that time, it was 9X. And, they featured different women in Ebony. I think, I don't know if it was monthly or, yearly. And so I got nominated. They came in, they took my picture. But at that time, I was probably one of the highest ranking Black women in the 9X New England, um, in the New England territory. And I had a lot of responsibility. And so, someone nominated me. Ebony decided that it was worth featuring, and I got featured in Ebony.
Oh my God. You are like so chill about it. That is,
Yeah, I mean, that was history. That was a long time ago.
It still counts. It still
Okay,
counts.
it still counts.
It counts in a big way. Let me tell you, if this went down today, you would all of a sudden have a YouTube channel, Instagram channel, Facebook. You'd be a social media influencer. You'd be traveling the country, consulting and speaking, simply because you got recognized with this high accomplishment. This is, I can't believe that we were able to hold on to this. I said to Sekou, I said, don't say anything. Don't say anything. I said, we have to surprise her. We have to pretend like we don't know who she is.
Right.
Again, congratulations.
What I take from it mostly is right now I'm an executive coach. And so I can draw on the experiences that I had in telecommunications and the experiences that I've had working with, high flying, usually people of color, and helping them navigate their careers. So that honor that I got way back then, I don't think about it so much as an honor as an experience that helps me to share with younger people who are coming up and finding their way in business.
Love it. Well, we're not that young, but we appreciate you helping us and guiding us and our audience who might be somewhat like us. Either they're in a relationship, they're married, they are single, and maybe one day want to be partnered up. Sekou and I are engaged, as you know. We have you on the show because we would love for you to give us some tips and some tools on navigating marriage so that we can have a successful marriage, and navigating building wealth in our marriage.
Okay.
For that.
Why don't I start with a couple of basics for relationships? One is to communicate with one another. Communication is really, really important. And you want your partner to be your best friend, or at least a good friend. And so in order to do that, you have to know each other well, and you have to talk about things that are important to both of you. When you get married, I'm going to tell you the first year is hard. It's hard for everyone because you're going from two individuals to a partnership. And even no matter what, people come in with different expectations. So I tell people, even if the first year is hard, don't make any decisions. You know how you go to those showers and they ask you to put down some advice? I usually tell them that the first year will be hard and don't make any decisions if it's not going that well the first year until after you've navigated that first year, because after that, it becomes easier and easier. You get to know each other. You get to know what, pushes each other's buttons. And so it does become easier. But that first year is not that easy.
I've never heard that before. Have you, Sekou?
No. But that's good advice. That's good advice. Yeah. That first year.
First year.
First year is going to be tight.
All right.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, you love each other, you care about each other, but you're still, even if you've lived together, you're still learning each other. And you're still learning each other's expectations. And you're still learning how to, have those tough discussions about a lot of things.
Oof, that's good. That is so good. Mama Janet, I tell you, there was a time in my life where I was just not even interested in getting the advice. and I'm so interested today. It means so much to me today to seek out people who are successfully married, not perfectly married, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's no such thing as perfect in any realm. Marriage, business, life, like perfection does not exist. However, I find that if we want to be successful in an area, we need to seek out those who are successful and not our single friends because they don't know. Say,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a question? Do you want to go next? I don't want to.
Well, see, I let it everything go because you had all these special things, these special pictures. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to put up this picture that you sent me in order to told me to put up, and let's see what you had to say about this, Fee.
All right. Oh, I
So
love it.
Why'd you send me this?
Y'all are styling and profiling in white. I love it. So Sekou and Mama Janet, let's talk about this photo because this was before me in the sense of we. This was at the annual Morrison Golf Classic on the Cape,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Sekou, why don't you talk about why it was so important for you to be involved in your father and Mama Janet's annual classic, this golf classic?
Well, I have to relate it as it was related to me. Dad said that it was to get me people that I could spend time with because they were already going to the Cape every year and around August. And so you guys were playing golf, and there was some kind of reason that I need to get people there to I don't know, to help me enjoy the time. So that's what I got. And then there's all these things, all these people, all these various people that have come and said all the various things. So this is a very lovely picture, and I'm guessing that this is the white party that I made up.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Is that true, Mama Janet?
It is the white party. What had happened was we started doing the golf classic informally. And, at first it started with, a potluck and people brought things, including their families. And we had time on the Cape. And then as people started coming, it started to grow. We had one person that happened to have a band that happened to come to the potluck and said, well, next year, when you do this, why don't I bring the band? And then so it started to grow some more. And then it started to get so big, it was like, I can't do this by myself. And Sekou was the one who says, well, I'll help, I'll take it over. He was the one that gave us a name. He gave us a logo. I mean, it went up, I don't know how many degrees when Sekou took it over. And it went from a one-day potluck to quite an affair. I mean, we moved to the Falmouth Country Club. It was a big tented thing. We had a band every year. And he would invite people from various organizations that he was involved in. And he had Harriet Cole come in, and she was the keynote speaker for a number of our events. And, we took it from just a potluck fun thing to a scholarship event. And we were giving scholarships for golf. And then it went, because people were coming from all over, it went from a one-day event to a meet and greet on the night before to breakfast the following day. So it went from a one-day affair through Sekou to a three-day affair. So when Sekou asked some people, well, how would you rate it on a 1 to 10? They were saying a 10, but it was all his work. And
that was just recent, by the way. I was just asking if there was 1 to 10 ratings recently. That was just this past August. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Well,
and so, he was the one that really made it this big success.
Oh, thank you, Mom Janet.
Yeah, I was saying to Sekou a couple days ago, we started making videos based on a challenge that my mentor Arlen Hamilton suggested, which is to make a video every day for 30 days and see what happens. Just start with 30 days. And she had an assignment called can you identify your UVP, which is your unique value proposition? What are your skills, your talents, and your skills, talent, and there was another one.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the last one, but I know it was skills, talent, and maybe profession. And I got to share with Sekou what I felt like his talents were. I said, you are a connector. Pre-stroke, you, Sekou Writes, you. I was telling you, and I can prove it because I have the video, Sekou Writes. Prior to the stroke, you were a connector. You love connecting people. You love gathering people together to have conversations, to have experiences. That this golf classic, the Morrison Golf Classic, speaks to that. Post-stroke, you're still a connector in a different way. You want to connect people to their potential success. You want to help people to overcome obstacles and challenges the way that you are overcoming your obstacles and challenges. So you're the same, you're doing the same thing, you're the same person, just in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I love that Mama Janet shared that because of you putting your ooey ooey on the Morrison Golf Classic, it took it to another level. And so that just speaks to you being a connector.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's interesting to hear Mama Janet talk about connecting people, because you are connecting people, right? Like your career now is connecting people, right?
Executive coaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mama Janet, can you give us, how does that work exactly? When you say you are an executive coach, does one have to be an executive of, no, okay, all right.
Usually what happens is I'm taking, the people I work with are probably at mid-career level. And I help them figure out, what do you want from your life?
Oh, wow.
You know? So we spend a lot of time talking about what is your vision for your life. The company that I work for, Korn Ferry, and the group that is part of the coaching, we talk about living your life by design and not by default. So you start to think about, if you were to design your life, what is it that you want? Not what does other people want for you, and not what other people say you should be doing, but what do you want? And so it's a matter of helping people figure that out. And so a lot of people that I work with, most people want to move up in an organization. Some don't. Some, when they go through the process, don't want to move up. But most people do. And so how do you do that? You know, we have been taught our whole lives, work hard. And you get that way by working hard. But it's not necessarily working hard. It's working smart. That you have to work hard, but that's only the table stakes to get in. After that, you have to know about networking. You have to kind of make sure that you're positioned well to work up, to move up. You have to build relationships. And so if all you're doing is working hard and getting your job done, you're not doing as much as you need to be doing to move ahead. I do work with corporations, mostly finance corporations and high-tech groups, in some cases hospitals and things like that. But mostly I work with financial services organizations and high-tech groups.
When you say, this is the timing is so perfect.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Yeah.
I was sharing with Sekou, a friend of mine shared with me her schedule. And literally she has a 3-hour window today where she's not working. And I was sharing with her, I said, I get it, because I've been there and I'm constantly talking myself off the ledge of working harder versus smarter. What is an example of a way to transition your mindset from hard to smart?
It's not so much a transition, because you still have to work hard. You still have to put in 100%. But what you really have to realize is that at a certain level, you don't get rewarded just for working hard.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so that you really, really do have to have the network, you have to have the mentors, you have to have the sponsors, and it's your job to develop those. You know, at a certain level, if you're expecting that it's done for you, you're probably going to be disappointed. So you have to find the sponsors. You have to find the people who know how to navigate. You have to look at what you're doing for work and say, am I in a portion or am I in a place that's growing? Or is it stagnant or is it shrinking? And depending on what you want, if it's growth that you want, you need to be in a position to grow. You have to continuously learn and continuously improve. If you think that just working hard and staying the same and not learning anything new is enough, you're going to be disappointed. The world is changing so fast that you have to learn. And learning, you have to enjoy learning. And if you get stagnant, you need to figure out ways of reinvigorating yourself.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I find so much value in that because Mama Janet, you could be retired, right?
I should be retired. I'm 75.
See, I didn't want to take it too far, but I was thinking, right. At this stage of life, you could retire. However, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you enjoy working. You enjoy
I enjoy doing the work I'm doing, not necessarily working just for the sake of working. I enjoy, I have had 3 to 4 people, all African American, reach a level that was almost impossible in some of these high-tech groups. They reached the partner level. And they call me and we're working through this and they're trying to think about, well, do I have the imposter syndrome? No, you don't have the imposter syndrome. Everybody has that, We need to work through what that feels like. And when they get to the end and they get that promotion, that's what I work for, and so some of them, their time might be up in terms of what the company has paid for. I will throw in a couple of extra sessions because I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want them to succeed. And they become almost like part of my family, for a short, very period of time. I have a Latino man who had been at the same level for 10 years. And we started a session and I went through all of his assessments and I looked at him and I said, you're not stretching yourself enough.
Yes.
And he looked at me and he said, you're right. Within 6 to 9 months, he was promoted and he's on a whole different track.
Wow.
And part of that was because he was making good money. He was happy. He was doing more than he ever thought he would be doing. But he had the potential for doing so much more. And then you have people who say, I'm on this track. I want to be, next to the CEO. But they when they really look at what makes them happy, they don't want to work all those hours. They have children and they don't spend any time with their children. And so they really need to say, okay, it's time for me to take a look at, how do I integrate my work life with my family life and which one's going to be most important? And only they can decide.
Yes.
And so some of them might have to decide, I need to back off a little bit, or my health isn't that good. I need to back off a little bit. So how do we back off if you want to still stay in the game and still be considered relevant?
And you walk them through those steps, or you guide them through those steps.
I guide them because it's really them who has to make the decisions. You don't tell people what to do as a coach. If you do, you're not a good coach. You help people discover what they want and what they need.
Wow.
All right, Mama Janet, now I'm going to put you on the spot here. You ready for this?
I guess.
Okay. If Sekou Writes and I assembled a small group of people, let's say 7 to 12, who pay, of course, would you be open to doing a, I don't know, a week long, whatever that looks like? It could be a day, or it could be one day a week for 3 weeks.
You can say no. You can say no, Mama Janet.
Say no. You can think
We
about
would have to design it.
Yeah.
We would have to design it, because I don't want to do a week-long anything.
I hear that.
Well, like
I'm at a stage in my life where, no, I don't want to do a week-long anything.
Well,
I would be willing to work with a group of folks, and we would have to work out, what are the goals? What is it that you want to accomplish? What would that look like?
Okay.
What's the media? Is it going to be on something like this platform?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be in person?
Something like this.
Yeah. And then, how do we do it? I don't do a lot of, my preference is to do one-on-one coaching, but we could do some group things. With the group, you have too many little people who have different goals and different desires and different needs and all of that. But we could work something out. We could do the basics and then maybe do something singularly with individuals. So let's talk about what that would look like. And then let's work it out.
This is a win, because you are so open. You didn't shut me down. You didn't say no.
Yeah. Be putting my stepmom on the spot.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because when I look at people in kind of your age group and maybe a little younger, and I look at how they set their goals. Sometimes you want to say, okay, let's take a look, let's back up, because some folks are watching, the Real Housewives of this and the Real Housewives of that, and they think that's what success is supposed to look like. And so they're spending money they don't have on things they don't need.
Yes.
Trying to impress people they don't even like.
Right.
So, so is that how you want to spend your money? Mm-hmm. And what happens, when there's a downturn in the economy? What happens as you get older and there is no such thing as Social Security or pension plans? How are you going to take care of yourself?
Right.
That's why I am so grateful that you are at least open to sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. And I believe that a closed mouth don't get fed. And I have nothing to lose, only to gain by asking. And so I'm going to ask. I'm always going to ask. And so thank you for allowing me to put you on the spot. I'm going to hand it over to.
Yeah, I mean, we can work it out and we can see what it looks like.
Yeah,
because, I don't want to commit to something where it is a week-long thing, and it's 5 to 7 hours a day.
No, I was thinking a one-day thing. When I say week-long, you do it, it's that week, that 7-day period, but it's just one day. So let's talk about it.
Let's design it offline.
All right, let's design it offline, y'all. We're gonna design it offline.
We're going to design it offline. Offline. Thanks so much. So have you said some of these people are like family? Have they come by for anything? Have they been by the house? Have they been?
I used to meet some of them in person before Zoom, before the pandemic has done a lot of things, right?
Yeah,
I used to fly out and meet them for a few hours, spend 4 hours with them, really get to know them. And then everything else was on the phone. Okay. Now that Zoom is here and all of the, Teams and all of the rest of the things, I actually don't meet them in person. Okay. Everything is online. Right. And we meet in just like we're meeting here, usually for an hour or two every other week.
Okay.
I'm so impressed how you pivoted and learned technology, where some people older in life, they're resistant to technology and they're not interested or think that they can learn it. And you have demystified that. You are so on it. And I applaud you and I'm impressed.
I learned what I have to get the job done. If you ask me to do something that's, that I don't need to do every day,
No, you are the tech person. You are the tech person.
No, she is downplaying it.
Yeah, she's downplaying it. Well, thanks so much for being here, Mama Janet. We ran out of time. So thanks so much for being here, for sharing your knowledge, because my amnesia, I didn't realize these things about you. And I was like, what? I was sitting here like, what? So it's really interesting that you are able to create these spaces for those people, and that you're about to create the space for Free King. You're about to create a space for her. So I applaud you.
She's going to create a space for us, Sekou Writes.
For us.
Yes.
I said. All right, folks, remember that. What do we remember, Fee?
Now
is better than perfect. I
Yes.
share.
Yes.
All right, folks. We'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Bye.